All right, so we have our supplies that I purchased at the dollar store. So cupcake, and here's some. So the first step is going to take one of my cupcake pieces, and I'm going to draw around it so that I can get the size of the bottom of the cupcake piece. So trace around that, then we're going to cut these out. So I'm going ahead and cut these out so that I can place them in the bottom of my cupcake tins. Now that you have your cupcake tins weighted and the paper inside, you're going to take your can of spray foam and fill them up about a third to a half full, and then let them sit overnight because they will puff up pretty big, so definitely don't overdo. So I put in the sauce into our cupcakes and it has dried. And now I'm painting the tops of them so they don't look like it's spray foam. It'll look like it's baked cake. All right, I have mixed up the plaster Paris, made it pink. Going to be putting it into my piping bags to put on top of my cupcakes. Ready, set, go. Just like speed lightning. Decorate, 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 decorate. And voila! Super yummy. They look real. I feel like I could actually eat them. Super proud of these little morsels, and they could even be little gifts to give to your pals on Valentine's. Now, let's jump into some accents that we used on the milkshake, and also the elements that I used for the pizza. And now I cut and painted the spray foam to create the tiny little petit cakes and created the frosting, and I glued those cherries on top. I thought they turned out pretty good. It actually made me hungry. I used the same technique to make the chocolates and bought the box at the dollar store. Hey, okay, we're making fake food today. So we're going to start off with some bread for our sandwich. So I found this old sponge in the garage that I used to wash my car. I think I got it at the dollar store. And I've just traced on there with the Sharpie just some little notch outs like the bread is baked up over the pan. And I'm gonna take my electric knife and I'm just gonna cut out that little piece. There we go. And then we've got our bread for our sandwich. I'm gonna paint the sides brown, and then when we slice it, it'll be our sandwich bread. Come outside because you don't want to spray indoors. Here is the brown paint that I got at the store and my bread. Just gonna lay it down here on the ground, give it a nice toasting, especially on the sides where the crust would be darker. Dried, so we have a little bit of crust here. And so now I'm gonna try to slice this and see if I can get a piece of bread for a sandwich. And our top. Ta-da! So there is my top of my sandwich. And I'm gonna cut another slice, and this will be the bottom of my sandwich. that's it. Ta-da! I have my 3 pieces of bread for my giant. Nobody wants to eat the heel. Yay! So we have the piece of foam that I gave you guys, and you want to take a marker, Sharpie, something, and trace a circle on it, and then you're just going to cut that out. And you can cut that out with a pair of hand scissors. So you just come in. I mean, it's kind of tricky, but you could do it. You just come in to the foam, and you're cutting along. Sometimes you have to kind of pull that out, and then you'll get a slice. All right. Another option is an electric knife. I bought this electric knife not to cut turkey. I've never actually used it on turkey. I only use it on crafting projects. But it's great for cutting donuts. So here's my line. I'm simply just gonna cut in. And voila! All right, so we've got our bread. We have the stuff for our sandwich. We need cheese. So we're gonna use some latex that you use like in your bathroom for caulking. And we're going to spread it out here to make a giant piece of cheese, and we'll paint it and then we'll cut it into little slices for our sandwich. All right, we've got our foil here. I've taken a caulking gun and I made some little strands over here that you can see. That's gonna be for my spaghetti for my pizza. All right, and then this is gonna be the cheese. Spreading it out now with just a little popsicle stick to make a nice, you know, like 1/8 inch thick cut of cheese. Ha! Cut the cheese. That's funny. Complete with bologna, cheese, lettuce, and pickle. So another option is to make donuts out of supplies that you can find at the store. So I found these. They're hair donuts at the dollar store. A couple pieces of felt and the hot glue gun. And let's see what happens. So another option is to gather some supplies and make donuts out of pre-made things. This is actually a hair donut that I got at the dollar store. A couple pieces of felt and my glue gun. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm tracing around the donut so I get an idea of where the frosting needs to go, and I'll make some fun little shapes for the frosting to hang over the sides. And dinner is served. So here we have my sandwich, complete with bologna, cheese, lettuce, and pickle. Into the strawberry milkshake. Couple of donuts for dessert. Cupcakes in case you still have a sweet tooth. Petit cakes with strawberry frosting. Some fudge. pizza, if you're still hungry, and a box of chocolates to take home.